You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. This is your host, Tim Link, and I'm so glad you're joining us today. My special guest today is blogger extraordinaire Ryan Beauchene and his wonderful crazy dog, Crusoe. Everybody knows Adventures of the Wiener Dog Extraordinaire, Crusoe. So we're going to be interested to talk to Ryan a little bit about Crusoe, obviously. Let's see if Crusoe wants to join in the conversation, talk a little bit about the book, and also talk about how it all came together, how both the blogging and the writing came together and putting together the book. So we're going to have some fun tonight. It'll be a great episode, so everybody just hang tight. We'll come back right after these commercial breaks. This is Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Nature at its best is nature at its simplest. At Red Barn, we've kept it simple for 20 years by concentrating on single-ingredient natural dog treats. Because Mother Nature's actually pretty good at this. Bones are just tasty bones. Meat treats are just nourishing meat. It's nature at its simplest. Look at the label. We want you to. Red Barn Natural Treats. Simply the best. Find it in your local pet specialty store. Try our slow-roasted, natural meaty bones.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Joining me now is Ryan Beauchene and the wonder dog Crusoe. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tim. How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So congratulations on the book. The book, once again, is Adventures of the Wiener Dog Extraordinaire, Crusoe, the Celebrity Dachshund.
That's right, yeah. And
tell us so tell us a little bit about the book itself.
Well, it's a little coffee table book, but it has hundreds of pages, hundreds of photos. So it's not it's not just pictures. It's something you can sit down and read with as well. And it's just those little stories, kind of almost in a blog format, something you can kind of pick up and read from any point. And a big part of it is also his kind of just for fun recipes by Chef Crusoe that you shouldn't really literally follow, but are funny.
When putting together the book, obviously, let's go back to the beginning. How did the whole blog happen? How did Crusoe become such a international superstar? And obviously, your site's been the best pet blog of 2013 and 2014, so overwhelming success. So walk us through how all that came about.
Yeah, I don't even know how it all happened exactly myself. But we started the blog about 5 years ago, I guess. Just something, totally for fun, just to kind of share some photos with friends and family. And, it just kind of started getting a following all by itself and then kept growing. And, we started to see that, maybe we should take this more seriously. So I started putting some more time into it, and then it just kept going from there.
That's unreal. It's so fascinating how all that comes about. So from the time you put the first blog out there, when did you see it really start escalating? Did it happen immediately, or within a matter of a month or two you started getting fans and followers? How did that come about?
Like our first year, I remember looking at the stats still, and it was like exponential month over month. And it's kind of just always grown that way. So, we started off with, nobody reading it. But I just kind of shared it on my personal Facebook page, got a few of my friends to follow it, and then it really just grew by itself from there.
Now, once it started growing from there, did Crusoe and you come up with the ideas of what you wanted to tackle and share with everyone, or were people chiming in saying, hey, this is, I want to see more about the recipes or about Crusoe doing this, that, or the other thing?
People didn't really explicitly say what they wanted to see more of, but we could kind of just judge from the reaction of people, what's kind of popular and what they like, and did a few different things like that. We started off with Chef Crusoe. He did some picture blog posts doing his recipes. Those were really popular. And we came all the way to, like a little 30-minute video recipe by Chef Crusoe, just because people really like that one.
Now, I don't want to spoil all the super recipes and things in there, but give us a taste of what we're talking about. Are we talking about recipes for your dog, recipes for you and others? What kind of recipes is he got up his little paw there?
They're technically human recipes, I guess, but there was Crusoe's twist.
His twists
There's like squirrel steak is one of them.
So everything prepared human style, but perhaps, some people may like some squirrel steak. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. I think I know some people that I'm related to, but that's a whole different topic. It's a different story. How is the blog now? You've been doing it for quite a while. Is it still fun and enjoyable? Do you see a lot of challenges and try to keep it fresh and interesting? How does that come about?
I mean, there's definitely some challenges now, like just kind of always coming up with new ideas because, it's getting to the point where I've covered quite a bit now. But, I'm doing it full time, so it's my job now, so I don't have a choice. I have to come up with something. And that pressure somehow pushes me to always come up with something. There's never a time where I can't think of anything really. So for now, it's requiring all my time, but I'm keeping it going. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
There you go. So for our listeners that are envious, saying, "Man, I want to blog. I want to be able to quit my day job." though you had a pretty good day job, you did blogs and marketing. Obviously, you've had a great background in that. But how does someone do that? How does that come a leap of faith? How does that come about? Because I know a lot of folks that write blogs, they do it for fun. Some do it to attract sponsors, and obviously some want to attract book deals. But how do you go from being in corporate America, we'll say, to running your own blog and writing about something you're excited about?
Yeah, well, I'm not ready to retire by any means right now. Like, it's barely paying the bills, I'd say. But, you have to have that flexibility. And, right now I don't have kids or family or anything like that. So, deciding to leave my day job would definitely be influenced if I had kids or something like that.
Exactly.
But, it's about getting the traffic numbers on your website and being able to sell something to your fans or sell advertising on your website. We got a bit of money from the book deal, so it was kind of right when we got the book deal and I had to devote a lot of time to putting together the book that I decided, I'll leave my job for now and do this for as long as I can, sort of thing. But I don't know how sustainable it's going to be for too long. We'll see. We'll
think positive about that. Maybe I'd love for you to continue to do that. So then talk to us about, you mentioned tracking your numbers and seeing them escalate and tracking the hits in social media. As a writer now, putting together this blog and writing about it, we know those numbers influence us as writers. We've got to be cognizant of that. And we know that we got to keep the topics fresh and exciting. But how much does that drive what you are writing? Is it more of you write what you think your fans will be interested in and let the numbers take care of themselves? Or is it more of, hey, here's a hot topic in the news today that's trending. Maybe I should see what Crusoe has to say about it?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. I try to play off some things that are popular just because they do the best, really. But I like to try and be very original in our content as well and not just recreate everything that's popular in today either. Like, one thing that drives me crazy about TV shows nowadays, once one concept is proven, every network does their own version of it. All the gold shows, all the housewife shows. And so there's nothing original anymore. It's all just versions of each other.
That's right.
It's kind of a good mix of, really original content, I'd say. And then, we play off some popular culture things now and then just to kind of keep it fresh. But overall, I'd say it's a really diverse mix of content.
There you go. And I think it's important for writers. One thing I talk about, and we'll talk in the next section about writing in general, but it's a business. You have to be cognizant of what's going on out there and what your competition is and what is trending and what your hits, what was popular with your fans, these type of things. But on the other hand, if you're writing what you enjoy, if you're writing that comes from your heart, the numbers will often take care of themselves.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back, continue our conversation about Crusoe, talk to Ryan a little bit more about the book and his writing, and learn a little bit more about what Crusoe's up to today and what we should expect. So everybody just hang tight. You're listening to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's designerpetsweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit designerpetsweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. designerpetsweaters.com.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to Communicate with Animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises, a method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit PetLifeRadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. We're here talking to blogger and writer and author Ryan Bouchane and talking to him about his latest book, The Adventures of the Wiener Dog Extraordinaire Crusoe, the Celebrity Dachshund. Now, tell me, Ryan, a little bit about putting together this particular book. How did you go about selecting the stories that you felt would be compelling? How did you go about selecting the photos? Did you do the majority of it, or was it a combination with your editors, or did your editors just said, well, we'll pick the top 20 and go from there?
It was, for the most part, it was all up to me, really. They just said, they wanted sort of this percentage of new content that hadn't been seen before. So, we had to go out and do some new photo shoots and things like that. But it's really a mix of, some of our classic blog posts that people have really enjoyed and are just nice to kind of keep as a keepsake in the book. And then also some brand new ones that people have never seen before.
There you go. And so putting together the content of the book itself, both what you have in the file base and what you've written before, as well as going out and doing the new stuff. How long of a process is that? Was it something that you put together in a matter of a couple of months, or did it take a much longer period of time?
It was, it was supposed to be a month, but it took me 2. So it was really short turnaround time, actually, from the time we got the book deal itself to when they needed the content. It was pretty much like we signed the book deal and they needed it a month later, but I was able to push it to 2 months to get it all done.
So still very, very, like you said, a very quick turnaround time.
Yeah.
So stepping back,
that's why I had to leave my job.
just to get the book done. I understand. I understand that. It's a full-time commitment, that's for sure. Well, let me ask you then about the book deal itself. How did that come about? Was it you had the great idea and you went out and pursued an agent or publishing house to put together the book? Or did they come to you and say, hey, we like what you're doing and we want some more of that?
Well, a couple of years into the blog and it was getting a bit more serious, that's kind of when I decided, I'd really love to get a book out of this. And that was kind of my goal from that point forth. And I'd say about a year before we actually got the book deal was when I started to, really think about it and how we would do it. I had started to put together some little proposals just myself and things like that. I hadn't even got to the point of actually sending them to agents or editors yet, when we got contacted by an agent from New York. And it was the first agent that contacted us, and everything worked out really well. And we signed on with them, and then, a couple of weeks later, we had a book deal on the table.
Wow, so you were putting everything together, and sort of it manifested on its own. The agent had read about Crusoe and the stories and stuff. Wow, that's great. I love how that happens.
So they helped kind of review my proposal and everything like that, but I had the basis of it. So, yeah, it was pretty efficient from the point we signed on with them.
That's great. Now, putting together the book itself, did you find other than having to step away from your job and taking 2 months of your time to put it together, did you find the process from the time that you signed the contract for the book deal, putting it together, editing it, getting it out to market, how did you find that process? Was it painful for you? Was it a nice, easy flow process? Or were there some lessons learned that you never expected from putting all this together?
It was pretty much how I would have expected, I guess. It wasn't a pain, that's for sure, but it wasn't a joy every minute either. The writing part I always really enjoy, so that's fun. Probably, actually, the longest part of the process is just editing all those photos in Photoshop. They just take forever.
And was that mostly up to you to put that, edit them, and get them all put together?
Yeah, I had to, sort through the thousands and thousands of photos that we have, pick out the best ones, enhance them a bit with Photoshop, and then put them on a Dropbox or something to send to them. So that was the longest part.
Right. So now, obviously, we talked a little bit about some of the changes in your life since all this happened. How has it been? I mean, could you have ever fathomed all this happening? Where do you see it going from here? Give us an idea of what kind of life changes you've gone through since Crusoe decided to be a superstar.
It's been a really amazing experience, I can say for sure. And, I'm not really the one who's famous. It's my dog, so it's still kind of strange for me to go, to a book signing in Dallas where we had over 300 people come just to pet my dog for a couple minutes. Like it's kind of mind-boggling at some point. But it's been really cool, and just seeing all the people who really have been waiting to meet Crusoe for years, and they finally get the chance to, and it's such a big deal for them, and it means a lot to them because a lot of people, we've given them a little laugh every day, and it's not something big, but it's something they really appreciate. People, especially people who are kind of going through something in difficult times in their life. So it was really rewarding just to meet all the fans and everything. And in the future, we're on a little bit of a break right now, just because we finished up our book tour. We did a lot of traveling and things last year, so we're just kind of cruising right now. Maybe something will come our way. We did start to get in a few very preliminary conversations about a TV show last year, so we might pick up from that point and see what will happen there. But yeah.
That's amazing. Now, during a tour, did you guys rent a large RV or bus to tour the nation of Delhi sites, or did you hop planes, or how did that go about?
No, we flew from city to city and just got, the regular rental car.
There you go.
But one thing we did, which was pretty good idea, I guess, was to work with the tourism associations of each city. So like San Francisco Travel, Discover LA. So they covered our expenses in the city itself and helped us kind of explore all the best parts of the city, which gave us some really awesome content to share while we were on tour and, covered our expenses. So it was a pretty good thing we had going there.
Right. And so that's fascinating. That's a great route to go forward. People are always looking for ways to take care of everything. I mean, I know my last book came out in June, and my publishing house did a great job of, covering some of the expenses, but there's still some out of pocket. There's still some things you have to do no matter who you are as a writer. So tell us a little bit more about that tourism association. How did that come about? And also, what was their benefits? What did they get out of it?
Yeah, well, I had asked the publisher about doing a book tour, and to be honest, it wasn't really in the budget. I guess because publishers nowadays, the whole marketing budget is going towards online advertising and things like that. Yeah,
online and radio, that's it.
Yeah, paying for book tours isn't as good of an ROI anymore, I guess, which, was understandable, but it was still something I really wanted to do because we had so many fans in the U.S. that have been wanting to meet us and asking for a tour, so I knew I just had to make it happen. So I put together some little proposals. I started off by contacting some big hotel chains, and we finally got the Residence Inn of Marriott to sponsor the book tour. So they're covering all our accommodations to every city we went to. That part was good. And then for, in-city expenses, like getting around, doing things like that, I decided to work with the tourism associations. So, Discover LA, San Francisco Travel, Discover Atlanta, Visit Dallas. We contacted all of them, sent them a little proposal, and the agreement was pretty much just that, we do a few posts kind of highlighting some of the dog-friendly aspects of each city. So, we're promoting their city and the cool dog-friendly things to do. And in return, we get our expenses to the city covered. So, it was a huge win-win because, we're producing some pretty cool content in each city. We have our itinerary set out exactly, like this day, 9 a.m., go do this, 10 a.m., go do that. So it's all nicely laid out. We didn't have to, break our backs trying to figure out what we're going to do each day and things like that. So nicely organized, good content that was great for us to share, got some good numbers, and of course was good for the cities as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to ask, I'm going to pick your brain a little more on this because, hopefully I'll steal this. I didn't know. I won't do that. But I do have to ask, how did that sneak in your mind? Because obviously sponsors are a big part of what's going on out there today, especially for bloggers. It's much more than just putting up some comments on your site. Serious bloggers have to have fun they're writing so they can get content and write on a regular, everyday basis. So how did you come up with the idea of, I need a book tour. How do I get sponsors? How do I get people to want to see me and Crusoe out there?
Well, we had the demand of people who've wanted to meet him just from the blog and social media and things like that. It was just a matter of us being able to cover enough expenses to do this tour. Because if we had to pay for the whole thing out of pocket ourselves, we wouldn't be able to afford it. So I knew I had to find a hotel sponsor, and I wasn't even sure at first if I'd be able to, but a big thing right now in the digital marketing world is this whole influencer marketing thing that you speak of. So, people who are kind of influential on different social media sites and doing things with them. It's a more natural form of advertising than just the regular push advertising that we always see. When one of your friends is recommending something, it's better than seeing an ad by the brand.
Yeah, absolutely. And so to sort of recap for our listeners out there, as you mentioned, you have to come up with not only the idea, you have to come up with what kind of sponsor that would benefit you, but also you got to come up with that detailed proposal. It's I'm assuming a lot like writing a proposal for the book.
Yeah, that's right. I tell you a little bit more about my strategy. I do up my proposals, and then I'll send it to all the people I'm hoping to work with, let's say all the big brand hotels. And there's some simple plugins you can get on your web browser to see if someone opened your email. So, they don't necessarily list all the top people's emails for each company. So I kind of take a guess based on LinkedIn, the first and last name, send them an email, and then with that tracking thing, if it shows that they opened the email, even if they didn't reply, I know that email was right and that they got it. And then I follow it up with a phone call.
Very cool. Good job. Well, hey, maybe you've already thought of this. Maybe you already got it in plan, but we want to see more about you and we want to hear more about Crusoe and get more books out there and TV deals. But to fund, have you ever thought about doing a coaching or doing webinars to teach people about how to attract sponsors?
Yeah, I've had a couple people recommend I should do some sort of webinar, seminar, something like that.
Absolutely. I think it's brilliant.
One day I'll probably consider it, I think.
I'll encourage you all to join in. I'll listen in on that one, that's for sure, because it's that's the thing. People are looking for, especially if they're writing blogs or they're writing articles. They've got a website, they've got something there, and they're trying to be full-time writers. But as you know, it's tough to make a living out there sometimes.
Yeah.
But so you're looking for, but you can't just simply pick up the phone or drop an email to the head of marketing of Purina or Marriott and say, "Hey, I'm a cool guy and I got a cool dog, so give me some money so I can go travel the United States." You've got to have a lot more to
that. Not too far off from what I did, though.
Maybe. Well, when you got a superstar in your corner like Crusoe, maybe so. Maybe just show a picture of him. They're like, "Oh, okay, here's 50K, no problem." Yeah. But there's a lot more to it, and I think a lot of folks want to get to that level. They want to figure out how to do that. It's important for writers, as you said, especially when the marketing budgets of the publishing houses get tighter and tighter. We got to find some ways to get out there and meet our fans, meet our clients, and meet the people that read our articles. So
for sure.
Yeah, keep me posted if you do that. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
now,
right. Crusoe squeaking right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
so I have to ask you then, I got to talk about Crusoe. What's Crusoe think about all this? Is it a good thing? Does he like the glam and glamour and the being the superstar and seeing all the people? Or is it more of, okay, I'll see a few people and then give me my treats and let me go have some fun?
He's really good to work with. He's always been just a really super calm and easygoing dog. So, changing cities every 3 days, driving around, picking up rental cars, meeting hundreds of people on our book signings. I was totally impressed with how well he did. He just kind of sat on that table, let 300 people pet him, take a photo with him. He got little treats and everything, so he stayed motivated. Plus he's signing the books. He did really well at that too. So, yeah, he's a pretty amazing dog.
There you go. So when he signs the books, is it, I'm assuming you have a little stamp that's made of his paw? Is that how you go about doing that?
His actual paw.
Oh, you do the actual paw.
He literally does it, yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I do have to ask you, I'll wrap it up here and let you get going here, but Crusoe, how did you become his human companion? How did all that happen for you?
Like, how did we get Crusoe?
Yeah, how did he come into your life?
We got him from a breeder in Montreal, Canada. So, actually, little backstory, just real quick. I actually didn't want a Dachshund. It was my girlfriend who wanted one. And I thought I was a big dog person. So she was bugging me for, I'd say, over a year to get a Dachshund. And I finally gave in. So, we found a breeder in Montreal. We went to go pick him up. He was the last puppy of the litter, which I think is because he's kind of quiet and really calm. He doesn't come running up to people to get pet or anything like that. So that's also why he's so good to work with. He's just really calm. But my girlfriend and I, we have pretty easygoing personalities ourselves, so we kind of related really well to him. And, we got him. He was the last puppy, and he was raised in Quebec near Mont-Tremblant.
So there's two lessons you've learned from this. One is that the right and perfect animal will always find us, and it's often the one we least expect. Yeah. And two, the female in the relationship always gets what she wants. But that's just my thought. It may be wrong. My wife is out of swinging distance here, so it works out all right for me here in the studio. So. Well, Ryan,
probably right on this.
That's right. Well, Ryan, where can our listeners pick up a copy of the book and keep track of what you and Crusoe have going on?
Well, our website and blog is celebritydachshund.com. We have all our latest blog posts and videos there, as well as some links to buy the book. So you can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, in-store anywhere. So pretty easy to find.
Excellent. Sounds great. Everybody go out and pick up a copy of the book. It's Adventures of the Wiener Dog Extraordinaire Crusoe, the Celebrity Dachshund. And you can follow all of his activities and everything he's got going on and follow what Ryan has in store for us as well. Go to celebritydachshund.com and we'll post all that as well. Ryan, congratulations on all the success and everything that you and Crusoe are doing. Very excited about it, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys in the future and keeping track of all your fun and exciting things going on in your life.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of the show today, but I want to thank everyone for listening to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. I'd also like to thank our sponsors and producers for making this show possible. To find out more about me, Tim Link, and the other guests I've interviewed on the Animal Rights Show, you can visit PetLifeRadio.com, click on the Animal Rights icon, and listen to your heart's content. Download all the wonderful episodes. And while you're there, make sure you check out all the wonderful hosts and shows. There's a plethora of them, of great resources and great entertainment on Pet Life Radio. That's PetLifeRadio.com. If you have any questions for me or ideas for the show, please email me. You can email me at tim@PetLifeRadio.com, and I'll be glad to answer your questions, entertain your comments, and bring on the people you want to hear from most. So until next time, write a great story about the animals in your life, put it in a blog, an article, or in a book. Who knows? You may be the next guest on Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have a great day.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.